Once again, all of you are welcome in my this statistics and research solution class. And my YouTube channel is statistics and research solution. And you can get the problem, your problem solution from this channel. And never forget to watch my video. Okay, you search my channel statistics and research solution. Okay, in this class I am going to teach you about major subcenter tendency. What is major subcenter tendency? What are its objectives? And what are the characteristics of good major subcenter tendency? Okay, now we start. Major subcenter tendency is one of the statistical analytical tool which gives us an idea to obtain that center value which represents most of the value. So center tendency is nothing, it is just the statistical analytical tool. And that statistical analytical tools generate an idea how to obtain center value, how to obtain average value from the given value. And that center value represent most of the value. That is the major subcenter tendency. Our average center tendency is also known as average. Average and major subcenter tendency is same. And all of you know there are 5 types of averages or 5 major subcenter tendency. Mean, median, mode, geometric mean, harmonic mean. These are the types of average, types of methods of center tendency, major subcenter tendency. And out of those 5 methods of major subcenter tendency, which one we consider a good, ideal? Good means ideal. Ideal average. Which one is ideal average? On the conditions of what? We can say it is ideal. It is good. So, for good major subcenter tendency, for good average, what characteristics it should have? And there are 7 characteristics. An average which have 7 characteristics, then we consider that one a good measure. But no average has those all characteristics. Some have some characteristics, some have not those characteristics. That means in different conditions, different averages are appropriate. Okay? Now, major subcenter tendency we define. It is just the analytical tools, statistical analytical tools. And it generates an idea to obtain or to calculate the center value which represents most of the value. Okay? Now, objectives. What are the objectives of major subcenter tendency? Objectives, I am going to write. One, most representative value. 2, obtain most representative value. One objective is this one. To obtain most representative one objective is this one. Most representative means that value which represent most of the value. That is the most representative. And to obtain central value. Value. And third one, to compare two or more sets of observation to compare two or more sets of the observations by their average value. Okay. On the basis of their average value, we can compare two or more sets of observation or two or more distributions. On the basis of average value, we compare. These are the three objectives we have. Now, we discussed on characteristics of ideal measures of center tendency or characteristics of a good average. Same, okay, not different. Or Rigouides characteristics is also called Rigouides. No difference, okay. In examination, write down the Rigouides of good measures of center tendency as good average as Rigouides or characteristics same. Okay. Now, characteristics of good measures of center tendency. One, it should be rigidly defined. Average, which is good, we can say good when it is rigidly defined. Rigidly defined means always gives same answer by applying different methods. There are different methods to calculate an average. By different method, if we get same value, then we can say that average is good average. Sometimes by applying one formula, it gives one value, and sometimes we apply another formula, another value obtained. There is no rigidity. That average is not good average. So, by applying different formula, if same value we obtain, then we can say average is rigidly defined. It should be easy to calculate. Okay? It should be easy to calculate. Easy to calculate. Statistics can be used by different persons. Only mathematical persons, those persons who have mathematical knowledge, who is very good in mathematics, only those persons are not only use statistical tools. Non-mathematical persons, those who are weak in mathematics, those who have not more knowledge about mathematics, they can use statistical tools in their research work. So if it is not easy to understand, then they cannot use. So that average which is easy to understand for all, that is good average. It should be easy to understand. Oh, it is very difficult to understand. Only statistician, only mathematician can understand, and other cannot understand. Such types of average is not good average. So its simplicity is one of the characteristics of good measures of discussion. It should be based on all observation. So average, when we calculate, and that average should use all information. If it use all information, then that is good average. Like median just use only middle value, only that the middle class it use, not other, so it is not good. So mean, it use each and every classes, each and every observation, mean use. So that average which use all observation in the calculation, that is good average. And 5, it should have further mathematical calculation. It should have further mathematical calculation means if average we calculate, then that average value again we can use to calculate the combined average of 2 series, combined average of 3 series, combined average of 2 or more series. That is the good average. If its calculation does not have further implications, then that is not good average. So in the case of mean, we can calculate combined mean. So mean has further mathematical calculation. It should not be affected by extreme item. Extreme item should not affect the average value. Extreme means smallest value and largest value of the distribution. Suppose just you see 2, 5, 10, 100. The extreme item, this 2 and 100. These two are the extreme item. 2 is the smallest item, 100 is the largest item. If extreme item change, value of the average change. It means it is affected by extreme item. If extreme item does not change, value of the average does not change. Okay? So, only one extreme item if change, that the value of the average change. It is not good average. In the case of mean, okay, if extreme item change, its value change. But in the case of median, in the case of mode, extreme value does not affect median and mode. So, in this case, mean is not good average because mean is affected by extreme item. You keep in your mind this one. And it should not be affected by sampling fluctuation. Sampling fluctuation. Fluctuation means variation, change. Sampling fluctuation. Suppose sampling means if I consider 5 students from the class and I collect their age, and another 5 students next time I consider. Another time I consider another 5. This is the sampling fluctuation. Sampling fluctuation is this. Different time we take sample. Okay? There are 3 samples, and from 3 samples I collect information. If information I collect, if average I calculate of those information, if information are different in different sample, it is affected by sampling fluctuation. If same value in different sample, same average value in different sample, it is not affected by sampling fluctuation. So, average is called good average, which is not affected by sampling fluctuation. These are the characteristics of good measures of center tendency, or ideal center tendency, or ideal average. Okay, this is very important. In the examination, 10 marks questions will be asked, and in that case, these 7 characteristics you write and explain with example, and you write this average, okay, follow this character, this average follow this character, and then 1.5 page if you write 10 marks. Out of 10 marks, you can get 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's all for today. In next class, we will meet again. Thank you.